stand up from there, my friend, now come and help me in the kitchen. I'll be like, I'm sorry, ma, I can't come. There are different bad connotations to you being a millennial and a woman in our today's society, because being a millennial and you're open-minded and you have some sort of thing going on for you, either a job or school, or you're trying to better yourself in any way, the minute you start engaging in conversations with different people, aka guys or girls or parents or elders, or start challenging the status quo, they look at you as per this girl, so you think you're smart, just because you went to school, so you now want to be exchanging talk with me. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is FAVIE Tube, and I'm super excited to have you guys back here with me. Before getting into this video, please, if you've not done so already, go ahead and click that subscribe button and also click the notification bell, so whenever I post a video, you will be the first to know. So today I'm going to be talking about something that has actually been weighing down on my heart for a very long time, and this is the main reason why I said, okay, let me bring it to this YouTube channel and have you guys' opinion. Today's topic is going to be on the struggles of the millennial woman. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. So the very first thing I want you guys to learn is the fact that as a millennial woman, you cannot win. Like, sometimes you have these opinions and they are just in your head, because guess what? The society does not agree with you and you just have to deal with it. Most times you might be lucky and be very outspoken, but in the real world, it doesn't just work that way, especially if you're fighting with different aspects of life, aka family, culture, and the society in general. My second point is the fact that as a millennial woman, you always have limitations. That sometimes you are very, very critical with the way you apply your wisdom. You know that you're a human being, you know your rights matter, you know that different things are supposed to be fair to you as a human being, but because of different situations, you have to start blending and start asking yourself questions, and in turn, you end up hurting yourself. And number three, you always have limitations, especially with elders, quote unquote. So I'm from a Nigerian background. I'm Nigerian, and we have a lot of culture and traditions. So for example, now I was watching this video, I think on YouTube, where this girl was asking her mother-in-law. She said, oh, I read this thing on Twitter where this girl went with her fiance to go get introduced to her mother-in-law, and the mother-in-law invited her to go to the kitchen with her on the very first meeting, and this girl respectfully disagreed. They were just asking for like opinions, and these women were just saying things like, oh, one lady was basically nicer. She was like, oh yeah, I'm going to try and I'll invite her, if you know, respectfully, and say, oh my dear, come and help me in the kitchen. And then the other lady was like, oh, I'm going to invite her, and if she does not follow me, or if she disrespects me, or say, oh, I'm not coming, then just know that she's not going to marry my son, because she's not going to make a good wife. And in my head, I'm like, oh my God, here we go again. The mentality already sickens me, because it's like you don't know if this girl is going to be a good wife, just because she refused to follow you to the kitchen on the first meeting. I came to your house, I'm a visitor, and then you expect me to come to your kitchen and start cooking. Why? And then there was this excuse of, oh, you know, it's a way of bonding with the mother, or, you know, maybe she's trying to get to know you more a little bit. He's introducing me as his fiance. That means it's a stepping stone. This is going to be the first of many meetings. You understand? Our conversation doesn't have to be perfect the first day, you know? Like, even people you meet for the very first time that are your friends or even so-called family, it's on rare occasions that you click with them at the get-go, you know? For the most part, it takes several meetings for you to be like, oh, this person is not actually that bad. I'm not saying we cannot have our first impressions. Obviously, we can, you know? But then if the first impression is completely bad, you completely write that person off. It doesn't make sense. Or if the first impression does not suit you in this case, because she's declining to follow you to the kitchen, and it does not suit you, so you automatically just tell her off and be like, oh, she's not going to be a good wife, she's not going to be a good mother. You're not God. And it's not their fault, to be honest. It's just the way they were raised, and that is how they breed hypocrites. Because you see girls that would suffer and try to please the mother and try to do all these things, and then the minute they get into the house, hey, Jesus Christ, if the man want to turn neck like this, it's like, where are you turning it to? Come on, turn it back. That notwithstanding, if I was supposed to be like, you know, faced with that particular situation, I think I'm going to make a decision based on how the mother-in-law reacts to me. So if she asks me respectfully, oh my dear, would you come and help me? Would you come and help me? And even though I don't feel completely sure about it, I will go ahead and help her out because of the way she asks me. generally more respectful and not very authoritative, saying, oh, stand up from there, my friend, now come and help me in the kitchen. I'll be like, I'm sorry, ma, I can't come. And funny enough, sometimes when you think about it, it's like, okay, it's easy for you to say, but how do you actually tell the woman, sorry, ma, I cannot come? It's going to be very, very hard. And I feel this is where the limitation part of what I talked about early comes into play. It's really difficult, but sometimes, I don't know, your instinct just kicks in. I for sure already know what I can do and what I cannot do. I know I'm not going to be disrespectful to anybody's mom, because obviously I wouldn't want them to be disrespectful to my own mom as well. As a millennial woman, your education seems to be a waste. I'm going to tell you guys a story. Come closer. Come closer. Do you want to hear? Good. There was this dude that was saying one time, right? This was around the time I started my master's program. So while we were talking, there was this time I was just ranting, and I was like, oh my God, getting money for my master's is like really, really hard. I was just ranting and stuff. And Oga was not saying things like, oh, why you even do your master's when you eventually end up in my kitchen? It's just more like, okay, like, did I just hear that, or did it fall out of your mouth by mistake? Because I'm trying to understand how we got there. It just made me laugh, because I was like, only if you knew who you were talking to, only if you knew what I'm capable of. And it's not just mouth though. I would not allow anybody to belittle my hard work for anything in this world, you understand? And then telling me to quit the education that I've been working so hard on, even though I just started, to go and start what? He didn't even know my struggle. It was just messed up. And I've had many people come off like that. Like, they talk to women as if, that education you're getting self is just some sort of badge on your head. It's supposed to make you marketable enough for marriage. It's not supposed to be anything else. It's an addition. It's not something that's going to help you improve yourself. No. I mean, I can get an education because I'm a man and I'm supposed to work hard to take care of you and the family. But you as a woman, you're not supposed to get an education. I mean, if you even get it, I guess it's better for us. You don't really need the education, because at the end of the day, you end up in my kitchen. You see how slimy and degrading that statement is? Forget the fact that as an entity, I'm a human being first, but we're not even going to get into that. That was my next point. My last point is the fact that generally gender roles are very toxic. Like, I understand the fact that it's what we live by, but we don't have to. And as millennial women, it's so hard for us to actually blend in this particular way of life. They look at you as you being independent is a bad thing. The connotation of independence is a bad thing. Oh, you're supposed to be on your own. Okay, figure it out yourself now. Okay, let us see how you're going to do it. Okay, let us see how you're going to succeed. And Shabi, is you that say you want to be independent. Like, those kind of stupid words, they use that as an excuse to not become decent human beings, just because they're trying to throw that thing back into your face and be like, Shabi, you said you're independent. And in my head, I'm like, I can't remember when I actually told you. I actually used the word independent. I don't know. It's something you're making up in your head. It's something you concluded. You understand? I'm showing you that I'm actually open to reason. I'm open to discourse. I'm open to communication. I'm open to open-mindedness as a whole. But for some strange reason, because it does not blend into your criteria for me, or because it does not blend into what you want for me, all of a sudden, I'm this bad person that is independent. It doesn't make any sense to me. Those were my valid points. Please feel free to disagree with them respectfully, and do that by leaving comments down in the description box below. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I'll be happy to answer them, but until then, please do not forget to subscribe, like this video, and let's just keep it cracking in the comment section. Until I come your way next time, I'll see you guys in my next episode. Bye.